Hello, everybody, and welcome back to On Thin Ice, the podcast that we usually record much earlier in the day. I feel like total shit right now. This is the show hosted by me, the new Bonnie, followed by Jacob, also known as Scarecrow. I go by our musician names because I am world famous. Jacob's more of a national brand. But when you make something like the Black Suit Spider-Man, you can't help but
Yeah, unless we forget
glean.
those chainsaw numbers.
Or Loveliest Lies. That dog in me, dude, that dog in me has done insanely well.
No, I'm talking about your world versus my national. When my chainsaw's got like 600
Oh,
something views, and yours has got what, six?
yeah, well, my dog in me has 324.
I know,
So,
like none of it makes any sense.
no,
So,
the
like,
YouTube algorithm is actually fucked. Like, I listened to Matt Pat talk about it on a podcast because he knows all the analytical things like that. I didn't even explain what this podcast does yet. Oh my fucking god. So this is kind of what happens every time is even before the intro goes off, we get off track. The whole point is to come here with an icebreaker question to set the mood and learn something about one another. But we don't usually get super far into that.
no, we usually do. I don't think there's been an episode that we have recorded that I didn't learn something new about you since we've been doing this.
That's fair. Maybe it's because I don't remember anything ever. That's
you
why
just
I'm saying I don't learn.
you're just gonna have to go back and watch all of our episodes. We got plenty of them.
Yep. Yeah, actually, we do. I think that'll be fun in like a year or so. I'll probably go back and rewatch them just to see the kind of goofy shit that I said. See if my answers have changed at
A
all.
year's worth of podcast
That's
episodes
only
you're just gonna
that's only
binge.
52 episodes. 53 for us because we got a pilot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking
Well,
of
dude,
pilots and episodes, you watched Fallout yet?
yes, I was actually going to ask about that because I saw you and Derek made a thing about it. Lou and I just started watching it. We're like probably 5 episodes deep.
Yeah, I have a video on my main channel coming up tomorrow. Actually, here in like an hour, it'll be up on my channel.
So I imagine then that you really enjoyed the show.
Fuck me, dude. It's so good. It's so
I was
good.
not a big Fallout gamer. I watched a
Neither was
lot
I.
of it. I saw some mods that were pretty fucking funny, but lore wise, I'm not huge into it. And for some reason, the Fallout universe isn't something that really resonates with me. It's still a good show so far, but it's not something that I'm like, yeah, I really want to own this and rewatch it.
Oh, dude. I didn't play barely any of the games. I played a little bit of New Vegas, a little bit of Fallout 3, the same opening missions on Fallout 4 like 6 times. I barely played any fucking Fallout games at all. And I love the show, dude. The show is phenomenal. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think it's probably the best video game adaptation to big screen that we've had so far.
Weren't you the one preaching about The Last of Us?
Yeah, before this
That
came out.
was The Last of Us was like frame for frame, almost.
Yeah, but this is not frame for frame. It's its own contained story from the Fallout universe, and it does a better job. Yeah, that's how
Okay,
good that's how good I think it is anyway.
this is definitely up there, but I think it's number three because no, my standards could not be met for The Last of Us, and that's just because it's my favorite game series of all time. Nothing could ever live up to it, no matter what. But I would say The Last of Us, then Arcane, the League of Legends anime
I
show,
haven't seen
whatever
that
you
one
would call
yet.
that. It was really fucking good,
I've
really
heard.
fucking
I've heard
good.
it's great. I just I never
And
watched
then
it.
Fallout.
Nah, dude. Fallout.
I didn't see The Witcher.
Fallout. The Last of Us. Actually, if we're gonna go personal, I scratch all that bullshit. Fallout. The Warcraft movie. Then The Last of Us. Then The Witcher.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
It's
Oh,
Dungeons and
wait,
Dragons
hang on,
count.
hang on. Scrap all that bullshit.
Hang on, Jamie, rewind.
Fallout,
Cut all that out, editor.
Fallout, the Warcraft movie, the Mario movie,
Oh, come on, man.
then The Last of Us, then The Witcher.
Sonic.
No, Sonic's not even on my list. I fucking hate the Sonic movies.
Yeah.
I thought they were dog shit. Dude, Derek always tells me, no, they're so good. They're so good. No, they're not.
Eric has some wild movie opinions. I'll put that out there. Him and I, like, we either are on the same page completely or on two different fucking libraries entirely when it comes to that.
That's the thing, dude. Derek and I are usually on pretty similar paths as far as movies go. Like, for the most part. We've got a couple that are just outliers, but for whatever reason, the Sonic movies we will not agree on. We never do, never will, never have. I don't care. They're not good. I didn't like them. I don't know. And I like Sonic. I played the shit out of Sonic on my Game Boy Advance. I played Sonic Heroes on the PlayStation 2. I played a bunch of the Sonic games. Okay. Love Sonic. Love the character. It's fun. But dude, the movies I thought were dog shit. Not good.
Yeah, it was not something I was ever intending to watch, and I'm glad I didn't. Oh yeah, what about Detective Pikachu? Where does that fall?
I haven't seen that one all
That
the way
video
through.
game adaptation. I fell asleep watching it both times. I mean, it was
I
like,
never seen it all the way through. I only seen like a couple bits and pieces of it, but I've heard it's okay.
yeah.
But I
We
guarantee you it's not making it past the ones I just listed. That's for sure.
Lou and I have had like a couple of weekends now where we have found some really fucking good shows on Amazon Prime and just went through all of them. We finally watched season 2 of Invincible. It's so good. I think season 1 may have been better, but also I read all the comics after watching season 1, so season 2 is all spoiled for me. But it was like I was watching it and seeing the scenes come up. I started to cry when nothing was happening because I knew what was gonna happen. I knew how it made me feel from reading. I was that emotionally disturbed.
Damn. That's
Also
how.
watched Has Been Hotel. Have you heard of that?
Mm.
Fucking phenomenal. I hate musicals with a passion. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's an animated show about
Has been
the
hotel. Let me look that up.
yeah, it's the princess of hell who runs
Oh, I've seen
she
like
runs
clips
a
of
hotel
this.
business that's supposed to reform sinners and get them to heaven. And you just kind of get to be centered on the cast, all these demons in hell that are at the Has Been Hotel. It's a really, really good adult animation. We watched the whole first season in one day, and I immediately ordered a custom Blu-ray off of Etsy, got that in the mail, and I added the soundtrack to my Spotify playlist to run to because the music was that good.
Yeah,
Just
I've seen clips of
phenomenal.
this, but I haven't watched it yet.
You have to.
Where
Funniest shit ever.
where's it at? Amazon Prime?
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
No ads, buddy. Probably for you, right?
You know damn well I ain't got no fucking ads.
Imagine watching one of the best shows ever ad free.
I don't have to
I
imagine it
can't
because
imagine it.
I don't have to imagine it. I live it every day. My ad-free life. Actually, it's funny because there is actually a thing that popped up that was a part of an ad that actually did get me, and I bought the thing.
Oh no,
Yeah,
man. Right after the ad episode we just did.
it actually happened before that, but I forgot about it because it was like shipping in the mail, and it took forever to get here. But I got the item after.
So the ads worked on you. They finally snuck
J-
one in and got you.
just the one, I swear, it's the only one.
Yeah, that's what addicts say. You're gonna get addicted to
No,
advertisements
it's the
now.
only one. It's the only one that worked, and it's the only one that will ever work. I don't care. I
Can I ask
don't
what
care.
it is? Can you share?
Yeah, it's right here.
For the listeners at home, Jacob just pulled out a massive dildo.
It's my BDSM shirt.
That looks
Bat-
pretty cool.
Battles, dragons, swords, and magic. BDSM. It's got BDSM on the sides as well.
That does look pretty sick.
It's pretty dope.
Viewers, you gotta check this out.
Wizard of Barge, if anybody's interested. They've got some cool fucking shirts. They got some cool stickers, and they've got like shorts and sweatpants and shit as well. They've got some fucking awesome shit on there. If you're a fucking nerd like I am, trust me, you'll want everything on the site. It's great. They got a bunch of goblin shit that I want to get so bad, but I'm glad that ad showed me this fucking beautiful website, but
I almost sent you an ad that I saw that was for this stupid ass shirt. That was just a black and white. It was just a t-shirt, black and white picture on it. That was Gandalf pushing Smeagol in a shopping cart. That was all it was.
I'd fuck
And I
with
saw
it,
one.
honestly.
I saw one that almost got me. If it was like $15, maybe. This is $23 though, and it's happened a lot because I clicked on it. And now it keeps getting back in my feed, but it's just someone like lifting up their sweater to reveal the shirt, and the shirt is just a picture of the OG Bionicles, and the text just says Nirvana. It's so cool.
I love that. I love all of
Speaking of
that.
merch that's so cool, you can't tell because my camera quality is dog shit, but I have one of our posters up,
Nice.
and we have merch available. I've bought some of it. I probably should have been wearing my other Cosmic Pizza sweater for this.
Caden just messaged me and told me he ordered a Rat City Gang
Oh, did he not get the intern?
hoodie.
Dang, that's hot. You got a hoodie too, didn't you? You got a Mythical Meats hoodie.
That one's Chelsea's. Chelsea got the Mythical Meat hoodie. Deanna got a
Gotcha.
Mythical Meat baseball cap, which actually turned out fire as hell. I wasn't expecting it to turn out as good as it did, but it did turn out pretty well. And we got a Mythical Meat apron so I could do a photo shoot in it, covered in blood. And I got a Rat City Gang sweatshirt. Not a hoodie, just a sweatshirt. But it's got
That's
the
awesome.
pizza verse on the arm. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I've got my intern sweater. I've got the comic panel sweater, and what do I have? Oh yeah, the Grater T-shirt. It's just a picture of the Grater, and it says, "Yep, he's got a cheese thing, all right," which is one of the best lines from the entire Pizzaverse movie. But
It's
yeah,
so good.
we got merch, so of course I'm gonna plug it here.
Yeah, everybody check that out. We can even put a link in the description. You can check that
You
shit
got
out.
any you got any other crazy things happening in your life?
Um, I got a Greg tattoo. That was pretty
Yeah, you
crazy.
did.
So
Is that like on
that was a
your
wild
ankle?
experience. It's on my fucking Achilles tendon, dude. I was in tears.
Oh, god
That
damn.
shit hurted.
I am so scared because I want to get my calf done.
Oh, dude,
And
calf
so
hurts.
far, everywhere on my body or on my legs have been fucking awful. The shin wasn't that bad, but when you go up to the knee, it hurts.
I've got one on
Everywhere
my
else is
knee.
fine.
I've got one on my fucking thigh. I've got one on the side of my left calf, and I've got one on the back of my right calf. And the back of my right calf was in my personal opinion, some of the worst pain from a tattoo. The only thing that beat it so far was my lower back by my kidneys. That shit fucking hurt. Dude, I don't know what it was, but I was begging to gods that I don't believe in for him to be done, dude. I was like, please, please spare me. I'm fucking hurting.
I'm wearing my this is pretty much my tattoo hoodie now because I also went and got a tattoo today, which I'm not going to show because if I did, I think we'd get taken down for all the blood.
We're
But I
twins.
mean, it
We're
has
twinsies.
if you can't tell because of the shade, but it has soaked through. Oh wait, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's just a puddle that is soaked through this thing, and oh my god, I couldn't get it where I wanted it. I wanted my courage right up here, and I'll wear a cutoff because I'm so, not ashamed of my body, totally. But it's just the love heart that says mom on it, but instead it's got courage behind it, and it says Muriel. And I was gonna get it right here. I have some kind of like skin irritation going on, so he's like, sorry, we can't do that, but we can put it like up here, so it's right on the fucking bone. And
Yeah, I
I
know
was
that'd
like,
feel
man,
good either.
sometime I'm gonna get a raven tattoo, and I'm gonna have the wing going up my neck. And after feeling that, like, there's no fucking way.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to get my neck tattoos. Those are gonna be nice.
Those aren't even gonna be visible. You're gonna have to shave for that.
Nah. I'm getting neck tattoos, and I'm just gonna walk around shirtless forever and wear a ponytail, braid my beard, so everything's just kind of like
That'd be
contained
hot. I'm
all the
into
time.
that.
Yeah. But no, dude, the whole experience was fucking wild because this guy, he just finished his apprenticeship like a little while ago, and he's like trying to get people in so he can start doing like bigger pieces and whatnot. So he's doing a thing for like $50 tattoos, really small. It's not very big. And Deanna seen it on his Instagram, and he's in Providence where I'm at. So she was like, "Hey, would you be able to do Greg and Jason Funderburger from Over the
Give
Garden
me the
Wall?"
frog.
And he was like, "I don't know what that is, but send me a picture." And she was like, she sent him the picture of them on the fucking boat, the ferry, holding hands.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be dope. I can do that, no problem at all." And we get there, but that was like a month ago. She booked this stuff, and she did all of it. I sent her money, and then she gave the guy money. Like that was it. That's the only interaction I had with the whole scenario until the day of. So I even forgot we were getting it. And then Deanna gets home from work, and we're just like about to go get these. And I was like, "Where are we even getting these tattoos at?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Where on our body are we getting these tattoos? I haven't thought about this at all." And she's like, "Oh, well, I was thinking like maybe on our leg." And I'm like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." Because I had no, there's no plan. I was just fucking winging it. And we were gonna get them like down on the bottom of our leg, so they're like if we're standing next to each other, there's like side by side,
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude, that shit hurted. That
I
shit
bet.
hurted. But he was new, like I said, so he was going really slow. He was taking his sweet fucking time, that's fine. Like I get it. I ain't bagging on him for that. But fuck me, dude. I'm telling you, when I say he was going slow, I'm telling you that my main tattoo artist that does my normal tattoos and stuff regularly back in Iowa, he would have done both of these things in like 45 minutes tops. That's it.
Yeah.
And we would have been
How
done.
long was yours?
We got there at 6, and we were chilling for a little bit. Didn't get started until probably like 6:30, 6:45 because he had some other stuff that he had to finish up. We did not get back home until midnight.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
My God, I
there
didn't
were
think it was gonna be that bad.
there were multiple times where I was thinking to myself, there's no way he could still be going on the same tattoo. He has to have been wrapping some shit around my leg at this point. He's got to be adding some like snakes or fucking dragons wrapped around Greg's throat or something. There's no
He had a
way
whole piece.
he's still doing this little just black lines of Greg, not even colored. And he was. And the same thing happened with Deanna's, and I'm like, oh no, Deanna's not gonna handle this well. She's not gonna handle this well at all. She said that it was comparable to the pain on her stomach when she got her sternum down on her stomach and everything. And I'm like, I don't know about all that, but it definitely hurt. I mean, it hurt like a motherfucker. However, I don't have my stomach done yet. I will, but I feel like that's going to be way worse.
Yeah. Dude, everywhere hurts now. For some reason, I went into this one this morning, and the reason I'm so tired is because my artist does walk-ins every Saturday that he's there. And I asked him what time I needed to be there and what time they open. He said, I'll be there at 9, but if you want to get a spot, you got to be there like 7 a.m. at the latest. And I was like, okay, I'll get up at 4:30 and I'll be there as early as I can be. And I got there at 6 a.m. I was the 5th car there, waiting in line. And he got me in and told me to come back at 2 o'clock to get this tattoo. So my whole day has been this, and I'm going to go even earlier, carpooling with a buddy of mine. We're going to go get some Star Wars tattoos on May the 4th be with you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this it was tremendously painful for some reason where it was. I had no problem with anything I have right in here.
Yeah.
Didn't hurt at all.
Shoulders
but
were
man,
easy.
right on top, and I'm gonna get closer to the inside of my arm where the tender softness is, close to the armpit now. Shit's gonna start sucking from here on out.
Yeah. Shit does not feel good. Does not feel good. My shoulders were nothing. Like, I didn't feel fucking anything on this, but on the inside, please.
On the inside, hurt.
Please stop. Actually, I did this one myself, so
hurt.
I didn't really have a choice, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
shoulders are easy.
um, I had other things. What's going on in my life? Not to take away from you, because you're super busy with your job and all. Oh yeah, I finished block teaching. I'm done with that. It was a good experience. I think I'm actually going to make a separate video on it just because there's too much to talk about. But I do have. I made surveys for my students to take. Just a quick little like on a scale of 1 to 5, whether you agree or disagree. Answer these, and then I had two that I wanted written feedback for, and these were just 6 sophomores. And the questions I have on there are what did Mr. Brody do well while teaching, and what can Mr. Brody do to improve as a teacher? And my cooperating teacher was like, yeah, sometimes high school kids will just say dumb shit on theirs, and they'll give like dumb answers. And I
You
was
don't
like, yeah,
say.
sure. As he was saying that, I'm getting these back from the students, and I need to read 2 of these for you because they were really great. One of them for what can Mr. Brody do to improve as a teacher. One kid said, "Take charge more over the evil, overpowering Mr. Whitaker," which that's my CT. Because he tried to kind of talk over a lot of the stuff I was doing, which I was totally fine with. Anytime he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm talking too much," I said, "No, you do that. I don't know anything, please." And then the other one was just really fun. For what can I do to improve? This student said, "Nothing really, maybe grow a bit," but he was super fun to talk to and teach with.
I knew that was gonna pop up somewhere.
Yeah, well, I told them at the very beginning. I opened up with, "My name's Mr. Brody. I'm going to answer your first 2 questions. Yes, I'm 5'2", and no, I'm actually 23." That was how I opened the class.
Hell yeah,
So they knew.
that's awesome.
But I'm done with that. I don't have to see these runts again. No, that's fine.
You'll
I
see
miss
him
them a little
again.
bit. Teaching's all right.
You'll see
Maybe I
him
should just
again
quit college.
in your nightmares. They'll show up.
Yeah, I believe it. Oh, and also the other big thing. I remember the episode where I think it was Dream Careers where I was like, I want to be a writer.
Yeah,
Guess who's my fucking writer now?
you're a writer, huh?
I
What you
got
writing?
I got a short story published in a magazine for my college.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so by the time this episode airs, I will have already had my thing, but there's like a party for it. The magazine is called Elements, and I guess if you got your shit published in it, we get a copy of it on Friday. So I will have an actual written piece published in a public magazine. So that's pretty all right.
Hell yeah, man.
Now I just gotta write a book.
You've
How hard
peaked.
can it be?
Do it, man. Start writing.
That's the problem. Is I gotta stick with it.
I was gonna say, if you don't start now, dude, you'll just keep putting it off. You just gotta keep fucking. Even if you do like a little bit at a time, just little bits here and there. At least it's something, you know.
I just gotta open my coffee shop, my fantasy coffee shop.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that part, and then you can come and write at my coffee shop.
Hell yeah.
I'll buy your book and I'll rip out every page, and we'll use the pages as wallpaper.
You're gonna need only half a wall for that. I can't read more than a couple hundred pages. There's no way I'm gonna be able to write.
Well, you better figure it the fuck out, son.
You're right. Oh man, I don't think anyone cares about movie updates anymore. I've already said my piece on that. V for Vendetta was pretty decent. The comic was 1,000 times better.
You just now watching V for Vendetta?
Yep, because I was just now reading it.
You should have watched it on November 5th.
I know.
I used to watch it every November 5th actually for a while, but
Remember,
I lost
remember the 5th of November.
I haven't done that tradition in a while, but I
You
was
need to
for a while.
read the comic because it blows the movie out of the fucking water.
I won't do that.
Of course you won't.
Dude, I'm not going to read the comic and then ruin the movie for me because I enjoy the movie.
You see, that's everyone I've talked to absolutely loves the movie, but they haven't read the comic. Now I've done both, and let me tell you, comic
Yeah, but I'm not going to
Way
read
better.
even if I did read the comic, I'm not going to read that more than once. I'll watch a
Yeah,
movie over and over and over again. So I'd rather just keep the charm of the
you only need
movie.
to read it once. It will stick with you. It's that good.
So does the movie. But I still will find more enjoyment of
Oh,
watching a movie over and over again.
oh. I hate you.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to do it.
Hey, speaking of watching movies and all that, and me being done with school, I haven't had any special holidays that I've gotten to celebrate with my kids except for dress up. I had to dress up in fucking PJ pants and boots once because that's what they were doing for FFA week. That was
For high
awesome.
school?
Yeah. And I was the only one that dressed up. None of my students did. I was pissed. I
That's
went to a
whack.
teacher faculty meeting and me and my CT were the only ones dressed. I looked like an idiot. I got observed that day.
How do. Dude, I remember when I was in school, high school or otherwise, if we had dress up days, I was doing it. Like, why wouldn't they do it? That sounds fun as hell.
Well, regale me with some of your best and worst memories then of the special days at school. Not your average typical day you go in, and not something as mediocre as like, oh, they're having chicken nuggets today instead of slop.
Dude, slop day was my favorite day anyway.
I want to know about picture day. I want to know about your field trips, whatever other ideas you had in mind, because I'm stealing this idea from you because I thought it was really funny sounding. Tell me
So,
about school. I loved school.
I didn't. But. But
Yeah.
I did love the special days. And I wasn't a huge fan of picture day. Obviously, I fucking hated taking my pictures when I was younger because I was bullied and picked on a lot for being small and insignificant. But
Can't relate.
yeah, I did not like picture day all that much. But oh boy, if I had the personality then as I do now, picture day would have been fire. I would have
I
showed up
know,
to picture
right?
day with like just stupid shit, just wearing the dumbest thing that I could possibly do just for the meme. But anyway, um, now I don't know how they had it set up at your elementary school, but in elementary school we had elective days, like we had specific days for certain electives and whatnot. And there was a very particular day where we had computer day, and we only had computer day like once a week, and it was the most magical experience of my life. I loved every second of it because we got to go fuck around on the computers and play stupid little games on the computers and shit that had
Yep.
nothing to do with anything, but I loved it. But anyway, that was probably a more minor one. But there was also this thing, also in elementary school, where we were learning about like Chinese culture, like ancient China and ancient um, Egypt. We had a thing for and all that kind of stuff. But the ancient China day, we had the whole school was in on it, and we had like each classroom was in charge of building a section of one of those like big ass dragon suits, like they have the dragons that go through and like it's
Yeah.
all sectioned off and stuff. Each classroom was supposed to make a part of that for each grade level, and then we got to like have a contest to see who had the best dragon and shit. And
What grade was this?
dude, this was like second grade.
Okay, as I was wondering, I'm thinking like something cool, like almost what a prom, not prom, a homecoming float. But I was waiting for you to be like third grade, and I'm thinking this is just like newspaper mache shit looking
Well,
dragon.
well,
It's
that's
like
the
a
that's the
crumpled
thing.
snake.
It was all like construction paper and paper mache, but it turned out fucking lit. Like it actually did turn
Yeah.
out really cool, yeah. And we had everybody put it all together, like all the classrooms met into the fucking hallway and shit. And we had these big ass dragons and shit flying around the school. It was great. And then we had different stations set up around the school that had like different cultural activities and shit from that that different culture and shit. And dude, I loved it. I loved every second of it. Probably where my love for just Asian culture in general stems from, to be honest with you. Because before that point, I don't know of any situation that I would have been put in where I would have learned about that stuff unless I had gone off
Yeah.
on my own and learned about it. So that was pretty cool. And then
We had
we had Colonial
oh
Day
sorry.
too. The same situation, but Colonial Day because I grew up down the road from Jamestown, where all the colonies started and shit. So
Okay, that sounds like an opportunity for a lot of racism.
it probably was, but we were children, so we didn't know any better. We were just learning about all the shit that happened during that time, including the slavery, of course. But we got to we had some people come in with the stuff to churn butter and shit and make candles and
Yeah,
all
we
kinds
did
of shit.
similar stuff.
But we all got to dress up in a specific trade outfit. So we all fucking grabbed a thing out of a hat. And whichever trade that we got, we had to dress up like that on Colonial Day. So the whole time I'm like, man, give me the blacksmith, give me the blacksmith, give me the blacksmith, give me the blacksmith. My little tiny brain is thinking, fuck, I'm going to look so goddamn cool as that blacksmith. But there's fucking 20 different things that we could have chose from out of that hat. I reached into this motherfucker and pulled out my fate. And I got the fucking blacksmith, dude. I was so pumped. And this was probably 4th grade. I don't know. One way or another, I was stoked about it. I went home. I was like, dude, we got to make a goddamn blacksmith suit. We're good to go. I'm going to go in with swords and shit. And fucking, rifles and muskets and all this bullshit. Obviously, my mom was like, no, you can't do that. But we obviously put together some shit. I had a little fake hammer and all that kind of stuff. But I remember having a good time.
I want to see you digging around in this little hat as a kid. You're like, give me the blacksmith. Give me the blacksmith. You pull your fucking Walmart cap too.
It all started on Colonial Day. It all started on Colonial
Slave?
Day.
That's what you pull out.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah,
I don't
no.
know what another job or occupation would be. Accountant.
Cobbler.
That'd be pretty lit.
No, colonial jobs. They had to be colonial fucking.
You're gonna tell me there wasn't someone that managed the money during
treasurer?
colonial times?
You mean the fucking government that handled all that shit themselves?
Dude, if I was in 3rd grade and I pulled out something called treasure, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, I love treasure. Money.
Same.
And I wouldn't understand that it's actually super boring and terrible.
Yeah, same.
I'm panicking because I'm looking at Microsoft Excel.
Dude, all I knew at the time about blacksmiths was that they made the weapons and shit. That's all I gave a fuck about.
Yep.
That's literally all I cared about. Not that I had no idea about them doing all the other shit with metalwork and all the other stuff that they had to make. I didn't care. All I knew was that they made weapons that killed people, and I was fucking pumped about it.
Oh my god. Yeah, instead you're figuring out all right, your options for work today are a horseshoe or a railroad tie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are going to make fancy belt buckles. You get a little treat today.
Alright, we'll allow you to make this one sword. It's I take all of the time I possibly can to make that one sword. Just
you got a Damascus fucking katana that's just beautiful.
Just gotta milk every second of it. I was pumped. But yeah, no, dude. Shit like that was always my favorite kind of stuff. I ate that shit up every single time.
We had a whole unit on Egypt, ancient Egypt, but I think that was part of the curriculum for our area, because I think the kids that I was teaching at Warsaw also went through something like that in 6th grade, which was kind of neat. We learned about hieroglyphics and for some reason it was decided that our Egyptian names were just our first names spelled backwards.
Mine would be Bokaj.
Yeah, I was not. Yep. Yeah, our selected pharaoh, his name was also Jacob, so he was Bokaj.
Bokaj.
Sweet name. Be a good rapper name.
Bokaj.
Yeah, we had a girl in our class named Hannah, so that was unfortunate for her. Yeah, you got that one?
Yeah.
All right, from this point on, you will be known as Hannah.
Damn it.
All right.
I'm
lame.
I'm already known as Hannah. No. Hannah. That's what you're going to be known as. fuck it, dude. I would have been pissed.
Do you guys have any fun holidays or anything?
In school? No, not really. We
Dang.
had like field day. That was fun. Like in gym and shit, where they set up like a fuck ton of activities and shit that were not the normal ones that we would normally do. And it was like the whole, like each grade level would go out and do stuff instead of just one class. Those were always fun. But I was always a fan of gym and shit because I like to be outside and running around and doing stuff. But it also got me out of doing like math and shit, so I didn't give a fuck about math or English or anything like that. I wanted to go out and throw a ball at somebody's head or some shit.
That's always fun.
Or dress up as a blacksmith and churn butter.
Dress up as a blacksmith and throw balls at people's heads.
With butter.
Butter balls at people's heads.
Butter dog. Butter ball.
Butter ball on the man's head.
Butter ball on the man's head.
Kid with the butter ball. Kid getting smeared by the butter dodgeball. right in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Dang.
Field days were fun.
I got all these thoughts coming in now. I had I'll just counter everything positive you say with something negative. I think that's how this episode needs to go.
All right, hit me.
Valentine's Day was like the worst time ever for school. Actually,
I mean, same.
Valentine's was one that was bad because there was this girl that I liked, and she brought in like treats for everyone, which were just the little bags with the twist ties that had like 3 pieces of candy and whatnot in them.
Yeah.
But this one also had a hollow card, one of those the ones where you turn it just a bit and it changes the image.
Yeah.
I think it was a cat or something on it, but I was like, holy shit. She gave me this Valentine. She likes me. She's giving these to everybody. I was in like 4th grade. And I held on to that for like 2 years.
No. Oh, yeah. God, dude.
It gets worse. It gets so much worse. Did you guys have days where you could buy roses for people?
Carnations. Not
carnations,
roses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever order carnations for anybody?
Fuck no. Especially not in elementary school or middle school, because I had no game whatsoever.
I didn't either. That's why I got one for the girl that I liked at the time, and I was gonna make sure she didn't know who it was. Problem is, I couldn't fucking spell anonymous because I was in the 5th grade.
I can't even spell anonymous now.
So I'm sitting there trying to fucking write. I'm like, and then someone secret admirer. Nope, that's weird. And like never fucking mattered or amounted to anything. It was just stupid.
I think I might have done the carnation thing in like high school, but not in elementary school. And I had a girlfriend throughout high school, so.
Carnations are how you cull the weak out of middle schoolers, because you see the hot girl or whatever, whoever's hot shit, top dog gets like 6 or more. Whoever has the biggest bouquet wins, and then you got people like probably you, definitely me, who are going out empty-handed, and you're like, fuck, man.
Oh, I never got a single one.
Level 10 Riz wasn't working on the level 10 Giat, you know?
Man, that's some skibbity, dude. Come on now.
This is some fucking skibbity Ohio Riz. That's what I had back in the day. Then I got married. Now no matter what I say, she has to stay with me. That's the law.
That's just how it works.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I didn't get shit. Not in middle school. I didn't get anything in high school either, but I was in a relationship throughout high school, same relationship, and I would get I probably got carnations once or twice, but yeah, no, I wouldn't even dream of doing some shit like that in elementary school or middle school. I would have got my asshole beat to a pulp. I would have gotten bullied so goddamn hard.
Ooh, dude. Let's just fucking spin it immediately. Did you have Scholastic Book Fair?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Those were the fucking days, man. Where did those go?
I hated reading, but the Scholastic book fairs were great because I could find like a bunch of shit that I would be interested in at least looking at. And that's where I got all of my ology books, my wizardology book, my dragonology book. I got Egyptology, and then I got another one. I've got 4 of them. They're actually right up there on that shelf.
Yeah, I would go in with like $50 from my mom, which was a crazy amount of money to get. Like, I came out of that with like 7 or 8 books every time, or we'd get like catalogs every couple of months where you could order directly from it if you
Yeah.
mailed them a check and
Yeah, yeah,
checked
yeah.
off what boxes you want, which was also awesome. You get toys out of those things. I got a fucking snow cone machine out of one of those ones. It was awesome.
I was only ever getting the one because the wizardology and dragonology and shit, those things are fucking expensive. So that was like my one and done for the Scholastic Book Fair. My mom would always be like, "Are you sure you don't want something not nerdy as fuck, you stupid little bitch?" And I'd be like, "No, that's what I want. Sorry." And that's what I would get every time. Nah, my mom never said that, but yeah, I was obsessed with those things. I'm
She's
sure I
like,
got a couple of other things throughout the years, but I don't know. Probably some like how to draw books and shit. I was
I got
obsessed.
one of those, yeah.
I was obsessed with those, dude. I still have a couple of
I
those
got
too.
I got a How to Draw Dragons book
Yep.
that opened up with a booklet on step by step how to do it. Of course, it was like start with a circle, add 2 lines, um, do another circle, and then it was a complete fucking mosaic, beautiful picture. And I was like, how do
Yeah.
I get there? And it
Yeah.
came with a drawing pad as well, just to practice on. That thing was freaking sweet. I think it even
Nice.
came with its own set of pencils.
Hell yeah.
Man, books suck nowadays. Books come with words in them and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And it
awful.
and the words don't even matter because I just listen to them on audiobook, so
Yeah.
I don't even need the words. Somebody's just telling them to me in my head.
I'm just
But
getting
yeah,
fed information from the government pigeons.
yeah. It's just the way to do it, man. I fucking love audiobooks.
Um, Other important days. Testing was a big one. Did you have you had standardized tests, right? You were at a really awful fucking time because you had No Child Left Behind Act, which didn't fucking work at all.
I don't even know what that
Um,
is.
it was introduced when Bush was president. Uh, it was basically we're going to start doing standardized tests because we need to see how all the students are doing on this test. So you would take every student, no matter their ability,
Yeah, yeah,
give
yeah.
them this assessment. They perform well or not on it, and that determines whether you're still going to get funding or not. The school will. That doesn't fucking work when you have students with like I don't like autism spectrum disorder or intellectual disabilities where they don't need to take this test. It's not going to help them do anything in life. It's just going to like
Frustrate the shit
cause
out of them and
yeah,
cause
frustrate them,
trauma.
cause panic attacks, ruin everything.
Yeah.
But that got replaced with ESSA, which is Every Student Succeeds Act, which fixed some of that bullshit. Not all of it, but some of it. But yeah, I had what was called the ISAT test, the Illinois Standard Achievement Test, some shit like that. I don't know. We made a whole big deal out of it. Like if you did really well in whatever category, we had a whole assembly where we got medals and shit for it.
Not
You know
us.
your boy was up there.
I sure as fuck wasn't. We had the Virginia SOLs. I don't know
Shit
what.
out of luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they baked it into our head because Virginia actually does have some really good schools. Like they have very good public schools for as far as like the nation goes. They're pretty high up there. But dude, they burned it into our skull how important these tests were. So the whole time we're
Yeah.
learning this shit as we get closer, none of us gave a shit throughout the year. But then they slam it into our heads at the very last minute. Oh, hey, we're gonna do these tests and stuff. They're very important. You could die if you miss 3 questions. You could fucking die and perish from this world. Don't miss any
You could
questions.
die or they could lose funding and get fired. That
Yeah,
was pretty much the stakes.
yeah, exactly. And we were all just like, okay, well, I guess this is gonna determine the rest of my fucking life. and we'd have to take these stupid tests and shit, dude. I hated those things. I think I always did fairly decent on them, but I still hated them. I did not like those things at all.
Yeah, and then we got the big boy SATs when we got to high school. I think that's national though.
I took the PSAT,
Yep.
and then I didn't take a single other one after that.
You didn't? You didn't take like ACT or
Fuck
the
no,
part
dude.
test
I took the
SATs?
I took the practice SAT, and I said, "Fuck this shit. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't care."
I
And I
think
didn't do it.
I only remember taking one, and it was junior year, so I don't know if it was the PSAT or just the SAT. But
They told us that we could take the practice SAT or whatever, and that would be fine. Like that's all we needed, or something like that. And then we didn't have to take anything else, but as long as we got like a decent score on our practice one or whatever. But the people that took the actual, or maybe it was the actual SAT, I can't remember, but one way or another, we only had to take one of them, and I'm a very one and done person when it comes to fucking school shit. Like I got my
yeah,
bare minimum shit. Technically, I got like 2 extra credits on my high school diploma, but like they were fucking electives that I didn't give a shit about the rest of the stuff. But yeah, SATs, I didn't want anything to do with those things, dude. I got a passing score, and I said, "See ya."
felt that. That's how mine was, and there were other students around me that like I achieved a pretty high score. It was like 1240 or something, which is apparently pretty good. I think 1500 is your max, something like that. But
I got like
there,
dead average.
yeah, there were kids around me getting like 1300s, and they're panicking. They're like, "Oh my god, I need to get that score up because I'm gonna go to some super college." I'm like, "All right, you do you."
Miss me with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh man, what was I gonna say? There was something you brought up a second ago. Completely spaced on what it was though.
I don't even remember what I said a second ago.
I don't remember. There was
Testing,
something you said, and then I
achievement.
was like, wait a minute, that brings up something as well. But do you guys have AOL testing
No.
or not AOL test? Yeah, no, it was the reading tests, like the standard reading tests and shit.
The ones that determine your Lexile or whatever?
They determine your reading level.
Yeah, that's called your Lexile. I don't know if it's different for whatever else. Anytime I type that word out, it comes up that it's not a word. So I don't know who
I'd
made up
never
that shit.
I
But
never heard that word before in my life.
Lexile is apparently like the numerical value given to the difficultness or challenge of reading a book. So like something that's harder to read is going to have a higher Lexile of 900 or 1000 plus. But yeah, we had that kind of testing. It was awful for me.
We could read any book that we wanted in the library, but then we would have to take a test on. Actually, no, that's not true. There were certain books in the library in elementary school that were labeled eligible for that test or whatever. There was a little symbol that we were told to look for. Like we had to read one of those. We could get another book if we wanted, but we had to. One of the ones that we got had to have that symbol on it because we had to take a test on it. Didn't matter what it was as long as I had that symbol on it. And then we would have like certain days where we'd go and take these tests, and it would basically just ask us a bunch of questions about the book that we read, and then whatever score we got
Okay.
on it, it would calculate a fucking number, and then by the end of the year, it would give us a reading level or something. I don't know. I don't know if they did it weekly or if they did it monthly or what, but
All right, you had something way different from us. What we had was a dedicated day every single year. I don't know if we did it by semester. I think it was just maybe it was semester. I feel like we had to, but either way, we went into a classroom and we got on computers and we would read these passages and then answer questions on them. And if you got a bunch of answers right in a row, it would get you through the test a lot faster because they're like, "This is a smart kid, get him out of here." I was one of the last fucking people out of the classroom every single time,
yeah.
and you had to get a certain score, a certain Lexile to omit out of the a reading class. Otherwise, you'd be put in a special reading class, and didn't want that either, but mine was coming up like 830 every time. So I was basically reading at an 8th grade level, barely skimming by. My reading level is still probably that low. I'm slow as fuck when it comes to reading.
I'm also a slow reader. Mine's way better than it was at that point, for sure. Like, I was shit at reading throughout school. So I hated it so much. It just was not good at it, and it frustrated me, and I didn't want to do it. I mean, now it doesn't. I'm still slow compared to some people that can just read through shit fast as fuck, but not nearly as bad as I used to be.
Yeah, I can comprehend more, but like right now I'm reading this novel. It's called Prodigal Summer by Barbara Kingsolver. Kingsolver is a phenomenal author. She has a beautiful way with words and looking at the world around her, but this thing's 444 pages. I think I was reading this for a total of 4 hours today, just from waiting around on my tattoo appointment. I started at page 25. I'm at page 80.
Mm.
It takes me about 3 minutes per page to get through this, and it is just atrocious trying to do that.
I'd be interested to see how we compare, like how
If you're
fast
better,
how
hang on.
fast I can read a book than compared to
If
how
you're
fast
better
you're
than
reading.
me, you can have this associate's degree. I'll just hand it over in your name.
We need to both start a book at the exact same time and just read to like chapter 3 or something, and then whoever gets to chapter 3 first wins.
Yeah, we'll just test each other too with like total, see if we can actually comprehend it.
Yeah.
Make sh-
Like no,
yeah,
like
because I don't know how else.
we legit have to read. Yeah. We have to read whatever it is we're reading, but well, we could even pick like a short story. It doesn't matter to me. If we could pick like a fucking Edgar Allan Poe short or something. I don't give a fuck, but
Listen, dude, you said read, and I instantly I felt like repulsed in my body when you said that because I
yeah,
don't
but
want to add more shit to what I'm doing.
we're making it fun though.
Okay, I tell you what, where am I at actually? All right, I have Watchmen with me. You pick up a copy. I'm on chapter 9 right now. All right, when we get shit, first to chapter 10 wins.
I have to I have to find a copy first, but I'm not going to do that.
It's the most popular graphic novel ever published. I think you could find a copy.
No, we got to do a regular book. It can't be a comic book.
Oh, all right.
Get the Troop.
Read. What the hell's the Troop?
I've heard it's a really fucked up, but like it's really fucked up, like a horror book.
I like fucked up stuff.
I have it with me actually. I got it a while ago because I was gonna read it with somebody, and then they blew me off. They're not talking to me anymore, so I just have a book now.
Okay, I'm gonna go way off topic, but I
Wait, before you do, I remembered what it was that I was gonna ask.
Oh, go for it, please.
Award ceremonies
Yes.
for anything. I fucking hated
Yeah.
them. They were awful. They were just dog shit awful. I remember there was like 2 years in a row that I got the Bug Award, which at our school was bring up grades. As in, like, my grades were shit and I brought them up by the end of the year.
You're the bug, you're the bug.
The most embarrassing bullshit I've ever had to experience 2 years in a row, and these motherfuckers did it to me. I'm like, dude, I'm in elementary school, man. You're gonna just put me on blast like that? I'm already getting bullied. Why don't you just fucking layer it on even more? Assholes.
I don't know why I wanted it so badly, but I thought my wife and I would get prom king and queen just because we were the power couple because we made it through middle school all the way to high school and we're still fucking going. We didn't get that. That goes to the jock and the top cheerleader, of course. That is the hierarchy. It's how it's established.
Right.
But there were all these awards like most likely to whatever was part of it.
Oh, yeah, we got those too. Those were like Spirit Day awards that got put into the fucking yearbook and shit.
Yeah, and some of those I was like, that'd be cool. And this was at a time when I resented Harry Potter. I thought it was the dumbest fucking thing in the world. And I got voted most likely to write a Harry Potter novel. I was like, what the fuck is this? Are you guys shitting me? You just voted me this because you think I'm a big nerd. This is the worst thing ever. How could you do that? Now,
Here we are.
gladly.
Yeah, no shit. I always thought that me and my girlfriend throughout high school were going to be prom king and queen. And then I realized that we were just doing a bunch of drugs and smoking cigarettes and shit and having sex and doing shit that probably
Do you
isn't going to
need
get you to
more?
prom king and queen shit. I mean, dude, they were all doing like everybody in my school was smoking weed. There was no getting around that, but we were doing way more than that. And we were fucking problem kids. Like, there's no way in hell we would have gotten prom king and queen. However, we were together for a long fucking time, and we also got put into the yearbook as like we got put on the page in the yearbook of like cutest high school sweethearts or some shit. We were on that page. We got voted in for that shit. And little did they know that she was abusive as shit and treated me like an absolute cum rag like every fucking day. It was just bad, dude. It was a bad situation all around. High school sucked.
This is not funny, but damn.
It's fucked.
I mean, ours was like that too. I mean, I think I was way worse as the like more emotionally abusive one because I had absolutely no control over anything in my life because I was getting bullied by my fucking parents and step parents. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no excuse for it, but man, high school relationships are tough. There's
Especially
no
when
happiness in high school. You're not allowed to have that.
you had drugs in it.
Yeah,
Fucking
I didn't have that.
Having sex way too early. That also fucks everything up. Don't have sex, kids. It'll fuck everything up. Trust me.
Don't even make eye contact. Premarital eye contact is disgusting.
If you see her ankles, it's done. You're done for. If you see that woman's ankles, you're done. Your life is over. Don't even do it. But anyway, yeah. Award ceremonies, fucking blue. I hate them. They were awful.
The only good one I remember is eighth grade graduation because I was actually getting recognized by some of my teachers and they handed you whatever they said you do good at doing whatever the fuck, but one of my teachers actually gave me a book, and this is at a time when I was collecting books, so I'm like, yeah, I'm a nerd, I love to read, and I don't read any of them, but I got my copy of Lord of the Flies with a handwritten note from my teacher saying like, I think you'll really like this and this is why, and it turns out I loved it. So
Nice.
that was the only thing cool. Everything else can just shove off.
Yeah, I was like struggling really hard in my senior year because there was a lot of pressure. I was living with my buddy Cody. I was living with Cody and Cheeks at his mom's house, and my whole senior year, right? And the only stipulation for me to be able to stay there was that I had to make A's and B's the whole year. Otherwise, I would have to move to Mississippi with my parents, and I didn't want to do that because fuck Mississippi. So it's an immense amount of pressure. Senior year is just like lots of pressure and stress as it is. Girl problems, relationship issues, all kinds of shit, right? And the one class that I needed to pass in order to graduate high school, my government class, I had a C in, and I was like dipping really close to a D. I was so close. And my last fucking report card, I got to see my grade beforehand, and I had a D. And I would have failed my senior year. Well, we were getting our stuff like in the mail for graduation and shit like that, and I was like, well, don't have to look forward to this because I'm not gonna get anything. I fucked everything up, the one class I needed to succeed in, and I fucked it up. Well, I got my shit in the mail, and I got my last report card.
Ooh.
My teacher had curved my grade. She brought it up to a C so I could pass the fucking class.
That sounds about right.
So I could graduate. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was thinking about it. I was like, why would she do that? And I realized that I was probably the only dude in that whole class that actually was trying as hard as I could. and I was like one of the few kids in the class that just put my fucking nose down and did my best. The best I could is with what I was given. I didn't give her any problems. I didn't cause her any trouble or grief. I didn't stress her out all the time. I was just doing what I had to fucking do. And I think she just seen that and she was like, you know what? Nah, he doesn't deserve to fail. I'm going to give him a grade. Just make something up.
And you know what? He deserves an F.
Fucking fail this bitch. Get him out of here. Get him out of my face. But we were all gathering before the ceremony, the day of graduation and shit. We were gathering at this big ass convention center or whatever, and all the teachers were there. Everyone was just kind of like hanging out in this lobby, waiting for the ceremony to start. And she came up to me and she shook my hand and like gave me a little nod and she walked away, and that was it. She just said congrats and walked away. I'm like, she raised my grade, this motherfucker, dude. I was pumped. I was like, dude, this is lit.
With this one.
Because, dude, my mom would have ripped me a new. My dad would have just pack your bags. You're going to Mississippi, dog.
You're going to Mississippi, and you're going to repeat your senior year.
Yeah, in Mississippi, dude. That would have been awful. Oh my god, that would have sucked.
Were you ever held back?
No.
I'm not asking because of like ability. I don't doubt you for a minute, but
no,
like that scared me. I never had to worry about it. Like I worried about failing some stuff in my military courses and getting held back because that was some of the worst things I've ever done in my life. But I can't imagine getting held back, and I'm not putting down anybody that has been held back in their classes. I just personally, I can't imagine losing more time to repeat something.
Oh yeah.
And like going through the whole thing again, it's set up. I mean, when you teach, it's a performance, it's an act. You have a script you're following for the most part. So having to do the exact same thing over again, I just can't. My brain can't even comprehend that.
I would have lost it, dude. I would have lost it. I got pretty close. There were a couple times where I got pretty close to having to be held back, but it never happened. And they were early. They were early, like elementary school, just because I wasn't applying myself. I was easily distracted. I only had drawing and fucking art and shit on my mind. I didn't give a shit about anything else. Yeah. Which, I mean, look at me. Obviously, it's all I had in my mind, but yeah, I didn't get held back for nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
Did you get conned by Jostins into buying like class rings and class shirts and all that shit, the merch? Are you wearing some of the merch?
Ours wasn't Jostins, but it was a different company.
What were you, class of 2014 or something? Look at that Super Bowl ring. 2013, my god, man.
I've got my Aries symbol on there.
I don't think I have my class ring on me, but yeah, I got conned into buying one too.
I was a fucking edgelord, so I had an angel on the other side.
Nice. Did you wear it around for like a week?
I wore it every fucking day of my life.
Oh, really?
I wore the fuck out of this thing. Actually, I take that back because my girlfriend wore it she wore it on a necklace. She had it on her necklace forever, and she lost it. Actually, that's a funny story. Oh. Black onyx, too, because I was a fucking edgelord.
Yeah, I put a sapphire in mine. It wasn't my birthstone, but it looked way cooler than emerald.
Yeah, I was debating on the black onyx or this orange gem. I couldn't remember what the orange one was, but I loved orange. I thought it was cool. But anyway, my girlfriend lost my ring. She lost it somewhere, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding, dude. This shit was expensive. My mom's gonna fucking kill me. What the fuck?
My mom's gonna send me to Mississippi unless you find my ring.
Yeah, what the fuck? And I went to the guidance counselor or the principal, and I was like, hey, I lost my class ring. Is there any way at all that we can like have a fucking search party, drop everything they're doing, all of their important shit, have all the classes canceled, and go look for my ring real quick? Because fuck. And no, I didn't say that, but they were like, oh, we'll keep an eye out for it. We'll post something about it, see if anybody finds it or whatever. And if anybody does, they'll probably turn it in here because it's personalized. So unless there's somebody else named Jacob that also likes your Aries Black Onyx Angel ring with the class of 2013 on it, which big doubt, they'll probably turn it in here. So a week later, gave up. I was like, fuck it, I need to order another one before my mom finds out. So I saved up money and I bought another one at my job in high school where I was barely making any money as it is, and I bought another one. The day it came in, somebody found my fucking ring.
God damn it.
It was in the fucking street on the curb where Caitlin parked every day. My ex, she parked on the curb every day. And it was right there. It was against the curb the whole time. For like 2 or 3 weeks.
Dang, dude. You have two now?
I have 2 now. Well, I don't know where the other one went. I lost it again. But
Oh, well, you better fucking find it before your mom takes you to Mississippi.
honestly, my ex might still have it for all I know. I don't know. I haven't had it for a while, but
Yeah, mine was just a black some kind of metal. Maybe it was stainless steel like the one I'm wearing. I got a really cheap one, and it just had a sapphire, and I got I think I might have 2018 engraved on one side, but I know I have PB and SK, which me and my wife's initials, engraved in it. So I was like, this is going to be my ultimate baller move.
I guess it does say Western Branch High School around the band as well, around the gym.
Yeah, I didn't want
Can't
some
see
big
it, but
clunky Super Bowl ring like that.
mine doesn't even fit me anymore.
I got a class T-shirt that I wore
Stops
for
right there.
like a year or two, and now anytime I see someone with a class T-shirt, I'm like, that's pretty cringe.
Oh, I didn't even get a class T-shirt. I was bitter about it because they designed it and it looked like shit. So I designed my own, and I was like, hey, can we use this one instead? Because it looks way cooler. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, that looks fucking dope. That looks great. And they ended up using the shitty design anyway. So I was like, fuck you guys. I'm not getting one anyway then.
Fuck them.
And I didn't even buy one. Fucking assholes. Did them a favor. And they screwed me over like that.
You should find their warehouse and
Burn it.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Commit arson.
Might as well. I mean, just call it a bomb threat, I guess.
Thought about it. Yeah, dude. School's wild, man. School's wild. That whole entire ring ceremony, too, was fucking stupid. Did you guys have a ring ceremony?
I don't think we did. I don't remember.
We had a ring ceremony where we were presented our rings.
I think ours were just given to us in little boxes, and they were, like, handed out by someone.
Yeah, ours was, too, on a fucking stage in front of everybody.
No, we didn't have
I was
that.
like, what the fuck? It was in our auditorium. We had a big-ass, like, stage and shit, and just like graduation, we went across and shook someone's hand and took the fucking ring. I mean, we didn't have to dress up in like the cap and gown or anything, but I had just bought my first PlayStation 3 like that day, and I wasn't able to play it yet because I had to get ready for this whole thing or whatever, and I bought it, and it was just sitting at my fucking house waiting for me to get home, and I had to go to this stupid fucking ring ceremony, and I was like, dude, I just want to go home and play the new Guitar Hero on my PlayStation 3. Get me out of this place. I hate it here. I had to go get this stupid ring real quick, and then I was wearing it while I played Guitar Hero when I got home.
That's power move.
Yeah, it's pretty baller.
I sort of feel the same way about, I've had to fill out a graduation packet for college now, and you have to put on there whether you want to walk the stage or not, and I'm like, I spent money on a robe for high school graduation, and that was stupid. I wore that thing once, and I'm not going to do it. You already took all my money. You owe me at this point. I'm not going to give you any more of my time.
Yeah, fuck that. If you want to buy the shit, yeah, I'll be there, but I ain't buying no more shit from any of you guys.
Yeah, facts.
School sucked enough money out of me for my school lunches every day. Well, out of my parents, I guess.
I had to start paying for my own lunch at one point.
I did too. It's my senior year. I paid for my own lunch, but I had really fucked up eating habits and stuff in senior year anyway. I didn't really eat a whole lot at school.
Yeah, I probably should have eaten more at that time, but Yeah, I don't know why something switched back. It was like junior year, no, sophomore year. Got the car and I could drive, so it was like I'll go get food somewhere else, or I'll walk to the gas station and I'll get pizza because that's the plan.
Yeah.
'Cause we had open lunches and stuff like that. There wasn't even enough benches in the cafeteria for us all to sit and eat, so you had to go find your own way somewhere. And
Yeah.
then senior year, I was like, oh wait, I'm not gonna just say the lunch is terrible because everyone else says that. This is actually kind of tasty and it's cheaper.
Some of them weren't that bad, honestly. There was a few that were
Nacho
pretty
did
damn good.
slap.
Dude,
Taco haystacks.
the we had meatball sub days. Those things were so goddamn good. They had no right being as good as they were. And people fiended for those meatball subs, dude. People fiended for them. But yeah, it's crazy, dude. Honestly, I could go for one of those meatball subs right now, man. That sounds bussin'.
I could fuck up some Bosco sticks and chicken patties. I miss some school food.
We used to have in elementary school, we had a snack line. And in this snack line, they had these cookies. They were like this fucking big, these chocolate chip cookies. Actually, to me, they were like this big because I was so small. But in reality, they were only probably like this big. But
It's
they
like one of
were,
those Subway footlong
yeah,
cookies.
they felt really big to me because I was tiny. So I just assumed they were just fucking massive. They were probably normal size, but they were the best chocolate chip cookies I had ever had in my life, dude. We went. I every single time my mom would give me some extra money for snacks, that's what I went to get immediately. I was like, I'm getting one of those fucking cookies today. They're so good. And after the, I think it was the Michelle Obama thing, the health,
I
like
was gonna
healthy
say,
food school or
man, then
whatever.
Michelle Obama came in and ruined our lunches, right?
Dude, they had cookies still, but they tasted like dog shit. They weren't the same shape, they weren't the same size, they weren't the same consistency, nothing. They changed all the ingredients and shit on them, so they didn't taste the same. And I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna go fuck myself then. You really just want me to go fuck myself? Is that what it is? You just want me to starve? What the hell?
You're just, you're sitting there looking at this pitiful lunch, and you're like, I couldn't even vote. That's not fair.
Yeah. How is any of this my fault? Why are you punishing
Is
me?
it? Is this where my taxpayer dollars are going? I'm trying to get a fucking cookie out of this.
My mom and dad's hard-earned taxpayer dollars are going to me eating this food, and you just gave me Soylent. What the hell is this?
Don't dog on Soylent, man. Soylent is yummy.
Don't. Oh my god. We're no longer doing this podcast anymore. I
That's
cannot believe
fine.
you just said that. How can you
I think
actively go out of your way and put something called Soylent in your mouth?
I
That
just
sounds
wanted
like
to try it out.
sounds like shit in a diaper. That's what it sounds like, a code name for shit in a diaper. Soylent. That's what that sounds
Have
like.
you have you actually tried it?
No, I'm not going to because
Well,
it
that
sounds
you had no
awful.
fucking stake in this
It
argument.
looks
Then
awful too. It looks fucking disgusting.
it looks cool. It's in a neat little bottle. Get a banana one. Yeah.
No, no, I'm not gonna do that. God damn, you're out of your goddamn mind. Soylent.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross, man. Cover that shit up.
Give, give it a try. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna do that. That's nasty.
All right. Are we ready to call it quits with this one? Because I can barely hold it together anymore. We can definitely do a part two. We haven't even gotten to field trips yet.
Um, dude, my favorite field trip, easily the fucking Virginia Marine Science Museum. The Virginia Marine
Well,
Science Museum was lit, and I loved every second of it. Every time we got to go.
we will talk about that one in the next one. Then we could even do just I don't know. It depends on what you're feeling because you're hosting next. If you want to, we can just carry this on into the next one. I don't care.
Best and worst off day in school session part two.
Don't think too hard about it.
Too late. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for this episode.
Yeah, I've gotta get to bed, man.
I gotta go eat and then probably play some Helldivers. I'm fucking
You do
hungry.
that. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Remember to subscribe in case you forgot to. Come check us out here every Monday. We've got a new episode, and we do kind of this similar vibe every time. Find Jacob and me anywhere if you want. Probably shouldn't. Just stay here. This is the better community. This is the raw, uncut version of us, all right?
It honestly is, because I don't edit any of these.
Yeah. We have an Instagram too. There's usually short. Sometimes there's shorts. Not anymore. We had some for a while. Then you stopped.
Did I stop? I'm pretty sure I made
Yeah.
I made some for each episode that we've got out so far, don't I?
No.
Oh, maybe I haven't uploaded them yet. Maybe I just haven't uploaded them yet.
Either way, there will always be more content. We didn't actually quit. I might.
April Fools.
Whoa.
Surprise.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. See you all next week. You better be back here.
Bye.
Goodbye.